helping the women from church serve lunch. Long rectangular tables covered with taped-on dollar store tablecloths weighed under the 2 tall cottonwoods in front of the house. Even in early June, it's hot enough in our corner of high southwest desert that we're all seeking the pockets of shade wherever we can find them. Up by the porch, they've set up a serving area for the food. Lines of people pass by on both sides of the serving tables, taking thin slices of ham and scoops of cheesy potatoes. Funeral potatoes, we call them around here, and wilted salad from a bag. I'm not sure I can eat any of it. I'll have the prime rib. Dad's voice cuts through the crowd, so clear and sudden that it startles me. I know he's gone. It's not like I look around to see if he's standing beside me somehow. But still, there's a comfort in knowing it's exactly what he would have said, just to lighten the moment, and in feeling like the words didn't come entirely from me. I've been flooded by memories ever since he died, but the voice, this is new. I find myself hoping to hear him again as I accept the plate that's been assembled for me, hoping this hallucination can bring me back into myself somehow. Because from the moment I got the news of the fire, I've felt myself fading from my own life. Maybe part of me has wanted to show Dad that this is how it's done. You don't just leave all at once. I know he didn't have a choice, but I'm still angry at him for disappearing so suddenly, so completely. No smell of shaving cream in the morning. No slightly off-key singing while we fold laundry. No guilty smile when he peeks into my room at night to check that I'm home in bed and not off with Ben, or Dylan Rigby once upon a time. When he left, it wasn't a slow fade, a gentle ride into the sunset, but the click of a light switch. Binary. There. Then not. He was there at my graduation ceremony just over a week ago. When they talked about all the ways we'd change the world, I looked out and found him. We locked eyes, and he said to me without a sound that I didn't have to change the world to be his whole world. And even though it helped, I wanted to say back to him, what if that's not enough? What if who I am is average? What if I never become brave or strong or sure? Because I wasn't anything special in high school. Average height, average grades, average social status. Brown hair that can't decide if it's curly or straight. Blue eyes that are more winter fog than clear summer sky. Nothing noteworthy, or even very noticeable. I tried to be something more. I joined cross-country and future health professionals and half a dozen other extracurriculars. I tried out for Into the Woods and got cast, but only as ensemble/villager number 4. I got good enough grades to get into a good enough college that's close enough that I could still live at home and help out. But was any of it really enough? I wanted to ask him, but afterward the stadium was crowded, and there were pictures to take, and Dad had to leave for Cedar Falls soon anyway. And then Ben was waiting, ready to force me to come to the grad party and be social for once. So I only told my dad I loved him and would see him tomorrow. After the party, Ben and I lay in sleeping bags on his trampoline, drifting off under the canopy of stars just before the morning light began to wash them out. We were still there, baking on the slick black surface, hair matted to our foreheads, when Bishop Carver came to tell me Dad was gone. The first words out of my mouth were, "But what about my questions?" Which, of course, Bishop Carver misunderstood and therefore answered in the absolute wrong way, with details about the fire itself. I sank to the ground, not because my dad had died, but because I had traded my last chance to talk to him for a night of loud music and meaningless conversations. And who would understand me or have answers for me now? In spite of my questions, I knew in that moment that every part of who I was and who I wanted to be was built squarely on the foundation of my father, all he was and all he believed. So who was I without him? And how dare he leave me with the inevitability that I would crack and crumble in his absence? Selfish, I know. I know. Now,